What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We've got some GPU news going on out there in the world with some very disappointing things. So not really exciting, but Intel's going to smack you with a 24 and a 48 gig Pro card if you are someone who needs that amount of VRAM. So let's go ahead and get to today's video. Alright guys, I'm sure you've heard it everywhere. The RTX 5050 is set to launch tomorrow, with MSI showing off here in this article their Shadow 2X GPU. This card is going to be listed for $279.99, right? With the MSRP being at $249.99, but clearly this is not the case. As we already know, MSRPs are pretty much fake. So this is coming from a Amazon link here with this reporting and listing. It says this item will be released on July 1st, which is tomorrow, which is June 30th today of recording this video. But here you go. This is what it is, right? So it's still pretty high. $249 is the MSRP. And with that being said, this is pretty disappointing. I don't know if you want to pay $300 for something like this. Palit RTX 5050 and FurMark tests, right? This thing here features 2,560 CUDA cores, was tested in FurMark at 2160p resolution. And of course, the RTX 5050 is not a GPU you want to use in 4K gaming at all. But apparently, this particular sample can boost up to 2,940 megahertz with the temperature looking to be at 39 degrees Celsius, which is pretty much impossible. So this could be a skewed amount, but here is your final score in FurMark, 1,978 with 32 frames on average. And here is your Nvidia driver, OpenGL driver right there, with the TDP about 130 watts, which is about 104%. And this is what that chart is showing. So where does this card fall if it's scoring 1,978 points? So yeah, let's look at the RTX 2060. It cannot beat it. The Radeon RX 6600M, which is a laptop GPU, it still falls short of that. So yeah, for let's say $300, you know what you can get out there for $300? You can pretty much get a 2080 Ti RTX 3070. You can get a brand new 4060, which that 4060 is not even here on the chart at all, which will perform a lot better. I have seen used 4060s go for $200 to $180 now in the used market, just depending on where you are. So I would look there first if you're looking to build your first PC and you just want to play what they say are like those entry level games like Fortnite, you know, things like that, free to play shooters and things of that sort. Nothing too intense. That is where this GPU will fall under. But for $300, I wouldn't even buy this card. Just go look on the used market, save yourself some headaches. Don't even go with the 50 series because there's no PhysX 32 support for it. So you're better off getting an older GPU for more for the same amount of money or less for more performance. So yeah, not good at all. Plus the 2080 Ti has 11 gigs of VRAM, right? So this thing only has 8. And I have videos on my channel where you can see the 2080 Ti playing some of the newer games. So yeah, check it out too while you're here. A little shout out for myself. So that being said, looks like the Super Series of the 50 series will be coming out. This card would feature a full GB205 GPU, right? And this is where we're at. So Corsair 7 Kimmy, who is a very good leaker in the past, shows this part number and the possible GDDR7 18 gigs at 28 gigabytes per second with a 275 watt TDP, right? So with the 5070 Super, it's going to be using the GB205 400 GPU, which implies a full GPU specs. The card would offer 6,400 CUDA cores, moderate upgrade over the original 5070 with a 6,144 cores, so 4% more. And then of course the biggest upgrade here would be the 18 gigs versus just the 12 gigs, which is going to be a huge difference when it comes to 4K gaming or even some of the newer games with higher texture resolution. So this is pretty cool. It's going to use 192-bit memory bus, right, for this particular card. And with that, we have a chart here that would have speculation on where this GPU could fall. And you see here there are other Super Series cards, right? The 5080 Super showing 24 gigs. But check this out. If the Super Series is true, honestly, I think the 5070 Ti Super might even match the performance of a normal 5080, right? Because of the VRAM capabilities, and I'm sure you can overclock the crap out of this 5070 Ti Super if it is true. But that is what we are looking to have right now. So with that, 5070 Ti Super rumors, right, are supposed to be coming out. Again, Copilot 7 Kimmy has another leak here showing 5070 Ti with the possibility of having 24 gigs of GDDR7. Now, what I think they might do is, if it's going to follow like the 5070 Super, they might release a 5070 Ti Super with just 18 gigs. So if they do this, I think this would be the best value, like mid to high end GPU you can get for the money if the prices are low enough. So we'll wait and see there. So this particular GPU will use the GB203, and it's going to have 8,960 CUDA cores, right, which is the same count as the 5070 Ti. But again, the big difference here is the VRAM upgrade that you will get with this GPU, which the 5070 Ti already is limited by that, as well as the 5080 as well. So those are the rumors. Let's see what actually happens, and let's see what Nvidia really does. So with that being said, Sparkle has confirmed 3 Arc Pro Battle Mage series models. So you'll have a looks like here, as we scroll down, the Arc B60 offers 24 gigs of GDDR6 per GPU. And then they're going to have a dual GPU version, which comes with 48 gigs of VRAM total. So obviously, you're not going to use this thing to game. I'm sure you can, but if you're one that video edits, does everything else like that, and you need this high capacity VRAM, this might be the best value card out there, other than going with like a 5090, 4090, 3090, whatever, or even like Nvidia's Pro cards that they have, right? So right here with the Arc B60, a single GPU, looks like we're going to have a GPU clock of 2400 megahertz, 20 XE cores, 20 ray tracing units, and it's going to have 24 gigs of GDDR6, using the 192-bit bus as well, PCI Express 5.0 with a TDP of 200 watts, and it's going to use one PCIe 8-pin connector with 4 DisplayPort 2.1s. Now for the dual GPU one, of course, you're just going to double everything, and it's going to use 300 watts for this particular GPU. Don't know the video outputs. I'm sure it's going to be the same 4 display ports, maybe with an HDMI connection in there. So we'll see what happens. So pretty exciting stuff again happening in the GPU world. But other than that, that is what I have for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, you guys know what to do. Dropping a like will help me out. And don't forget to check out the rest of the channel. And if you're new here, see what else I have. A lot of live streams coming up your way, and unboxings and reviews. So other than that, you guys know what it is. This is Red Zone signing off. Keeping it real, keeping it hot, and keeping it raw. Your normal 9-to-5 guy bringing some high-quality content for you guys to enjoy. I'll see you guys on the next video. Deuces.